As the first secretary of the State Board of Education, Horace Mann promoted his new concept that the state is the father of children. He stressed that it was the responsibility of the state to ensure that education was provided for the child. A very noble idea.
Schools could be built and improved. And because people wanted better elementary schools, they came to accept tax support. Some communities found elementary education insufficient, and there emerged a distinctly American school, the public high school. This was the first one, established in Boston in 1821. Gradually, in other states, public high schools appeared, but whether tax money could be used to support them was debated, until the city of Kalamazoo, Michigan, established a high school in 1872 and levied a special tax to support it. Taxpayers brought suit to contest the constitutional right of the state to support high schools with public taxes.
In 1954, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a unanimous decision that segregation was unconstitutional and violated the 14th Amendment. Earl Warren, Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, stated, "We conclude that in the field of public education, the doctrine of separate but equal has no place. Separate educational facilities are inherently unequal."
Outcomes. Schools are set up to be the equalizer of opportunity. That was the mandate early on, was that we would use education to promote merit, to promote talent, and so theoretically you want to make sure that all kids, regardless of background, have similar educational opportunities. But that's not what we do. Obviously, if you go to school in the South Bronx, you get a very different education than if you go to schools in Scarsdale. But what's more, even within schools, we exacerbate inequity, because in many schools, there's a deliberate practice of assigning the best teachers to teach the highest achieving kids, and the least effective and least experienced teachers to teach the high-need kids. This never works, but schools consistently do it, largely because it serves their political purposes of both appeasing the parents of the high-achieving kids and appeasing teachers with seniority.
People of color make up 40% of our student population, but only 17% of our teaching force. And that's a major obstacle preventing students from getting an equal education, because a lack of teacher diversity impacts student performance. In the last decade, we've lost 26,000 African American teachers, even though teaching as a profession has been growing.
Yes, sometimes as black males, we are treated differently by teachers, but I do think Brown and the Board of Education very help with school not treating us harshly because we are black and view us as troublemakers.
So being able to have access to the same education as everybody else allowed my family at least to become successful. And we're all teachers, or we own our own businesses in my family.
I think that I really appreciate America's freedom of speech in public education, just because I know personally, coming from Dubai, it was hard to get education and to get the right education instead of getting a free education here. Yeah. Because over in Dubai there was just a lot of places where you had to pay for tuition even from a young age, and there was nothing free. Education wasn't really free, and everything had to be just paid for, and it felt like it was a burden for my parents. That's one of the reasons why we moved here. So I think that this country has really progressed in education, and I really appreciate that. Same opportunity, I think, because I really didn't see any unfair treatment in education for Muslims. For religions, especially with public education, they're very open, they're very accepting, especially here in Seattle. The West Coast is super accepting, and everyone who is here pursuing for education, they're very supportive. There's every way to get education here, so that's something that is not really different, and it's equal, I think.
Or being a male of color, that I'm sure happens sometimes unintentionally, sometimes probably intentionally. I don't know directly, so for me, I think I felt that my teachers treated me fair and pretty well, or I wasn't exposed to it enough to where I even really knew that it was happening, right? And so, I think for me as a teacher, I try to treat everybody fair, and I hope I do. So it's true.
I think in America, a lot of schools are really not even trying, but they're doing their best to provide equal education to all students. No matter if you're an immigrant or not, they treat you the same.
What is the largest animal living today? Team A.
Blue whale.
Team B.
Blue whale.
That is correct.
Education is the key to success, and that having a high school and college diploma will open up career doors. But not everyone gets the same access to a good